Today I'm going to be ranking every starting quarterback in the NFL in a tier list. It's definitely been a while since I have done a tier list. I believe literally my last tier list was an NFL tier list. I believe it was the NFL teams tier list, I believe it was. Um, but here, since of course, finally, of course, this was a couple days ago, literally last week, I believe. Yes, or something like that. That Spencer Rattler was one of the final quarterbacks announced to be the starting quarterback for the Saints. I kind of had the idea of wanting to do a quarterback tier list. Um, to do a quarterback tier list of mostly just ranking all the starting quarterbacks going into this season. Yeah, I did do a like I said before, I did do a previous tier list. Mostly ranking all of the other NFL teams. If you guys haven't seen that or checked that out, definitely go check that out. I'll leave a link in the description to that video down in the description below. So definitely go check out that video. But in this video, like I said before, we're going to be ranking all the quarterbacks, and mostly kind of just to save time a little bit. It's 32 quarterbacks, so instead of me going through every quarterback, mostly kind of going to do what I did in the last tier list video, which is mostly just go tier by tier. Kind of be easier and kind of be a little bit quicker. Before we get into the video, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys are new to the channel, what am I doing? What is happening? Welcome everybody to the BrewCrew channel. My name is Hayden Brewer. Of course, do football content like this. Also talk about LSU and Saints as well for football as well, and do some wrestling content as well. And before we get into the video, if you guys are new, or if you guys haven't, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell for future upcoming videos on the channel. And with that being said, let's go ahead and get into the tier list. Let's go get a ranking of these quarterbacks. So like I said, how I'm going to go over these rankings is I'm just going to go tier by tier instead of player by player. So the tiers real quick are S tier, A tier, B tier, C tier, and D tier. I'll kind of have another name for them a little bit. So let's start off with D tier, which is either like the sort of below average, but also some of these players are mostly, they just need more to prove, or whatever you want to kind of say, more to prove, more to improve, or whatever you want to say, but sort of below average. I don't want to say bad, but maybe bad. Starting us off is in this tier is Bryce Young. Yes, of course, he did have a good couple games towards the end of the season, but there is still much to improve for him. Coming into his third year, so much to improve, a lot to improve, really coming into this third year. So he lands himself in D tier. Joining him is Michael Penix. Same thing with him. He was a starting quarterback for the rest of the year. He had some pretty good games and all that, but still much to improve because he's coming into his second year, so he is going to be in D tier. No doubt about it, really, for right now. Cam Ward is, of course, also in this as well because he's coming in as a rookie, and really we don't know how he'll be. Daniel Jones, honestly, would put him in D tier because it's Daniel Jones. I can't actually believe that the Colts are entrusting him over Anthony Richardson, so that's definitely pretty crazy. Next is Drake May. He's sort of the same situation as like Michael Penix and Bryce Young. He did play a couple of great games. I don't think he was a full season starter, but he started some games, had some pretty good games. But definitely high hopes for him coming into year two. So definitely see how year two goes for him. Next is J.J. McCarthy. He mostly falls under Cam Ward. He was injured. He missed all of his rookie year with an injury. The Vikings, of course, had Sam Darnold, but of course he ends up going to the Seahawks. So now, of course, they go with the guy that they wanted as their starting quarterback when they drafted him in J.J. McCarthy. So he lands himself in D tier, mostly to try to see if to prove himself and all that. That's probably what I should have said, prove himself. Coming in at D tier, nothing really against this quarterback, is Joe Flacco. The veteran for the Browns is going to be a starting quarterback for the Browns over Dylan Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders. Mostly have him at D tier because, he's a veteran and we just don't know how he'll play really, so he's going to land himself in D tier. And the final player in D tier, what is happening? In D tier is my own starting quarterback for the Saints and Spencer Rattler. I mean, he was kind of back and forth. I maybe wanted to put him at C, but I didn't want to do that. I wanted to put him at D because this is technically his first full season as a starter. And even though, yes, he started a few games last year, and most of those games were losses, and he did pretty good, there's still much to prove, really, for Spencer Rattler. So he's landed himself in D tier. So those are the D tier players. Let's move on to the next tier. The next tier being C tier, with definitely some quarterbacks that probably might be controversial a little bit. I don't know. Kind of the same amount of quarterbacks in this tier. First, we're going to start off with Aaron Rodgers. So C tier is mostly like the average, is mostly just like the average. And it's shocking that I'm putting him in this tier because he's not average. Now, I do want to say this is not just Aaron Rodgers for his career. This is Aaron Rodgers going into this next season. So don't think it's Aaron Rodgers just himself. This is him going into this season, which I believe he's just average right now because he's coming into potentially what's looking like his final season. With the Steelers, he's going to land himself in C tier. Next is Kyler Murray. Would probably have him higher, but how the last few seasons have gone for him, he's mostly just been an average, at best, quarterback right now for the Cardinals. I mean, hopefully see a turnaround year for him. Hopefully for the Cardinals is what we're hoping. So he lands himself in C tier. Another second-year quarterback like Michael Penix, Caleb Williams, gets himself into C tier. He had some pretty good games. There's definitely some big hopes for him going into this season. But he's still right now average at best. But I think we could see a big year out of him. But he comes into C tier. Next in C tier, probably a shocker to a lot, is Justin Fields. This is mostly solely based off really some of his good performances that happened when he was with the Steelers. That there is some pretty big hope for him to have a pretty good year for the Jets. So we'll just have to wait and see when the season starts. Another crazy one that probably people might not agree with, but it's my tier list. Can't breathe. It's my tier list. What is happening? It's my tier list. Deal with it. Next up is Jordan Love. I mean, people would probably say he's not average. Probably be a tier higher, maybe 2. I mean, he's definitely been great these past few years, but he's still just been okay to average, really, in my opinion. So he lands himself in C tier right now. I mean, there's still a bright future for him. He can definitely go up from here, but right now he's going to stay at C tier. This next quarterback is kind of the same reason with Aaron Rodgers, and that's Russell Wilson with the Giants. Right now, he's just been average at best ever since he left the Seahawks. He hasn't really had great breakout years with like the Broncos that he had, or with the Steelers. I mean, he had a pretty good year with the Steelers, helped them to the playoffs, but he's still right now just an average at best veteran quarterback. So we'll see what he does with the Giants now. So we'll see. This next quarterback was also sort of tough because I know he definitely has a lot of talent and could be a good quarterback, good to maybe great quarterback, and that's Trevor Lawrence. I have him as average right now because he's mostly been up and down a little bit throughout the season. But I mostly right now I feel like he's just still sort of average at best a little bit. So he does land himself in C tier, and the final C tier player quarterback is Tua Tagovailoa, however you say his last name. Everybody just calls him Tua. But mostly it's just because like he's just been battling injuries and Dolphins haven't really been great over the past few years. So maybe this could be a turnaround year for him and maybe for the team as well. So we'll just have to see. But I don't know. Next tier is, of course, the B tier, which is around the okay or good or great. I don't know. What do you want? Whatever you want to say. I would say okay to above average. Maybe you could say good or around this area. But starting us off is Jaden Daniels. I know he just came off a rookie year, but the rookie year was so good enough that he gets himself into B tier. Definitely high hopes for a second year for him. Definitely looking forward to that for Jaden Daniels. This next quarterback was kind of difficult. I wanted to put him at C tier, but then I was like, you know what? Nah, I think he's a B tier type quarterback, and that's mostly Baker Mayfield. I mean, he's a really good quarterback. He's been really great with the Bucks. He mostly can just continue up from here, but he's mostly been above average, okay. Um, Probably I would have this tier as good. Good quarterback for the Bucks. Next quarterback, probably definitely could have been in C tier, but Brock Purdy, definitely a questionable season last year. I think he battled injuries. I can't remember fully, but Brock Purdy comes in at B for good in the good tier because I feel like he is still good of a quarterback to be a starter right now. I mean, he definitely always still proves it. Mr. Irrelevant himself, so he comes into B tier. And Jaden Daniels is, of course, Bo Nix, mostly just because he had a great rookie year as well, and pretty high hopes for a second year as well. So he also lands himself in the B tier, so we'll see how him and Jaden Daniels do in their second year. And these next quarterbacks are kind of the same. First is, of course, Geno Smith, who's coming into his first year with the Raiders, but he still comes in the B tier because of how the past few years went with the Seahawks. And speaking of Seahawks, the next quarterback on this tier is, of course, the Seahawks quarterback himself, Sam Darnold, the new Seahawks quarterback. Mostly have him at B tier, mostly solely just because of how great his season was last year with the Vikings. That mostly I have him at B tier, and there's definitely some big high hopes for him for Seattle. So we'll see. We'll see. Can he live up to the play that he had last year, or will last year go down as a NFL 1 year wonder? I mean, we'll just have to see. So that, of course, is the B tier, which changed around to okay to now good. I don't know. I can't. They're just letters. I don't know. Next tier. And the next tier being the A tier, which I have dubbed the best quarterbacks. About 5 quarterbacks coming into this. The first quarterback is a young C.J. Stroud. I believe he deserves to be in this tier list because he has been so great. He's definitely been one of the top quarterbacks, and he still definitely has a really bright future. And this is only him coming into his third year, and he's definitely up there at A tier. I don't care what you say. Again, this is my tier list, and you're gonna have to deal with it. I don't care. But he comes in at A tier. These next 2 quarterbacks could be controversial as well for some fans to be up in A tier, but I feel like they still deserve to be in A tier. That, of course, is first Dak Prescott. I think he does get a little bit overhated as people always dubbing him overrated or whatever. But I think he still is a really great quarterback. He's still one of the best quarterbacks on the team, and even in the league, no matter what's happening with the freaking Cowboys. But he comes in at A tier. Next, of course, is Jalen Hurts. This is not because he won the Super Bowl. This is because he really was a good quarterback last year. I don't care what you say about his stats or if you say he's overrated or anything like that. I mean, you can say, yeah, I have him in this tier because he won the Super Bowl. I mean, yeah, he won the Super Bowl, won the Super Bowl MVP, but, I mean, right now, could have put him in S tier, but he comes in the A tier right now. Now, this next veteran quarterback could be also the same way because, of course, I talked about Aaron Rodgers and Russell Wilson being all the way down in C tier, but this veteran quarterback has not been average. This quarterback has still played like how he's played for so long. That, of course, is Matthew Stafford. Now, maybe I could have put him at B tier, but he is still one of the best quarterbacks right now in the league. He still puts on amazing performances, amazing seasons, and definitely looking forward to seeing how another season goes for Matt Stafford. So I'm definitely looking forward to it for him. And to end us off on the A tier is the other Los Angeles team's quarterback, Justin Herbert. I was kind of difficult to where I wanted to have this guy as well, whether B or A. He just ekes in A tier. He's been definitely really great throughout the past few seasons. He's up there as one of the best quarterbacks with the quarterbacks that I said before. So definitely he deserves to be in A tier. I would kind of agree if you want to have him at B tier, but right now he's right now one of the best quarterbacks, so he deserves to be in A tier. Final tier, of course, is the S tier, which of course is the the greatest quarterbacks, whatever you want to say S tier is. S tier is the great quarterbacks coming into this season, and no doubt about it for some of these quarterbacks. First, of course, we got Jared Goff. He right now, I mean, deserves to be in S tier. He's had amazing season after amazing season. I wouldn't be shocked if this man wins himself an MVP one day, but he's been one of the best quarterbacks, and he's been an integral part of helping this massive rebuild that the Lions have been on for the past few years. So excited to see, and definitely hopefully a redemption year for them after sadly losing in the second round to Washington. They're looking for a bounce back revenge year, is what I'm guessing, and what I'm gonna hope to see as well from this Lions team. Of course, next on this tier, Joe Burrow, no doubt about it. Also another future MVP in store. Hopefully something can happen with this Bengals team that they can make a playoff run. So yeah, next player, of course, last year's MVP, he's definitely on here, and that of course is Josh Allen, winning his first MVP last year, looking to potentially go back-to-back and looking to potentially finally get over the hump that is the Chiefs and make their way into a Super Bowl, hopefully. And finally, the next two players, kind of want to quickly go through them. Both, of course, multi-time MVPs. Of course, I'm talking about first Lamar Jackson, no doubt about it. There's high hopes for him. There's high hopes, of course, for the Ravens as well. And, of course, finally, there's no doubt about it, even with him being demolished in the Super Bowl, he is still an S-tier quarterback. That, of course, is Mr. Patrick Mahomes. So, yes, of course, just kind of want to quickly go through that. So that, of course, is the S tier, and that, of course, is all the quarterbacks ranked on my tier list. Whew, that was a lot of quarterbacks. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, that, of course, concludes our tier list. Again, if you guys want to actually check out my other tier list that I did, the last tier list that I did, which was a tier list ranking all the NFL teams before the season. Mostly I did it around the off season. Definitely go check out that video. The link to that video will be down in the description below, so definitely go check those out, or check that out, I should say. Also in the description below is, of course, the social media links to my X account and to Instagram as well. So definitely go follow those. Again, links to those will be down in the description below. If you guys did enjoy this video, leave a comment down below. Also leave a comment. Leave a comment what you guys think about my ranking with the tier list, what you guys would probably move around, who you would move around, who you would have at. So definitely let me know in the comments down below. I'll also leave a link in the description to the tier list if you guys want to kind of do your own tier list. So definitely go check out that. Again, link to that will be down in the description as well below. And so with all that out of the way, ladies and gentlemen, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did enjoy this video, hit that like button. Also hit that subscribe button if you guys haven't yet, and hit the notification bell for future upcoming videos on the channel. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you guys have an amazing day. And what happened there? Hope you guys have an amazing day, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.